My number 4 wide receiver is the guy that made the biggest jump for me in this process. I had no idea who Elijah Moore was outside of his antics in 2019 that really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Outside of that, that's the one thing I knew Elijah Moore for going into this process. Didn't know about his game or how dynamic he could be. And after watching him, I'm convinced that not enough people are talking about Elijah Moore and his talents and what he brings to the table. I'm really excited about Elijah Moore. I think this guy has a chance to be a true difference maker in this league. And I want to see where he lands. If he ends up on the right squad, he could be an immediate impact player at the next level. Let's flip his card over and take a look at Elijah Moore, my number 4 wide receiver in this year's draft class. He's what I call a beg guy, all right? Beg meaning blink of an eye guy. Kadarius Toney is one of those guys. There are more of those guys in this year's draft than I've ever seen in a draft in recent memory. One of these guys that in a blink of an eye, they could change a game. You get it to him, and if you blink twice, he's in the end zone. He's chucking a deuce as you look at him doing in the picture you see in front of you. He's chucking a deuce. He's off to the races, and he's getting in the end zone. Blazing speed. That's where we start. Absolutely a blazer. 4.32 40 for Elijah Moore. And trust me, if you haven't watched him, you see it on film. It jumps out at you and grabs you. First thing you notice is, man, this guy is fast. Acceleration and agility and run after catch. So he has what we call ankle beating speed, okay? ABS. Ankle beating speed. Ankle beater speed. Beater, you call it what you want. He's got ABS. Not anti-lock brakes, but angle beater speed. That acceleration is through the roof. And acceleration looks different for guys that don't need a runway to build up. You know, certain guys like DK Metcalf, once he gets going, his acceleration is ridiculous. He can run right by you. You're even 1 second and then he's leaving. You know the routine, you know the mantra, you know the motto, even leaving. Well, he needs a runway to build up that speed first. And then once he gets going, look out. The guys that are blink of an eye guys, the guys that really truly scare you, are the guys that are standing still, flat-footed, and then take 2 steps and they're at top speed. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, reverse. What the hell just happened? How did he take 2 steps and I'm getting smoked already? There are several of those guys in this draft, and Elijah Moore is one of those guys. They're breathtaking. His agility to stop on a dime and break a guy off running a route or stick his foot in the ground and try to make somebody miss is uncanny. However, I still don't think he makes enough guys miss out in space. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but he does have the agility to do it because you see him breaking dudes off in route running situations to uncover and get open. And then run after the catch. He's just faster than you are, period. He's outrunning your little angle. So it's not necessarily a case of him breaking a dude off and undressing him. It's just, hey, I caught this football. I turned up the field. I took off. You couldn't get a hand on me. Here comes the safety. I beat his angle, and now nobody can catch me. Vertical threat. This guy is dynamic as a vertical threat. He can hurt you in a multitude of ways, but his ability to run a sluggo is just nasty. It happens so fast. You don't even have a chance to react. Can't tell you how many times he ran a sluggo on some poor, unsuspecting defender, and by the time they realized he wasn't running a slant, it was too late. They were cooked. They were cooked. Nice and tender. Take a bite out of them. They're done. He can get vertical, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Of all the small guys in this draft, he is the guy that has the most natural hands. Of the guys that I watched, not named, Jalen Waddle, he snatches the ball out of the air like it's nothing. There's one catch where the ball is about to hit the ground, and he just seamlessly snatches it off the bottom of the right off the grass, and keeps running in stride like the ball hit him right between the line and his eights. Like, seriously, dude? That's what we're doing? That's how you feeling? His hands are ridiculous. Just outstanding hands. There's a toughness, fearlessness element and aspect to his game where Elijah Moore, a guy that's 5'9", $180 or so, you're not expecting him to be going over the middle and making the tough grabs in traffic. But that's what he was doing. Like, he did everything for that Ole Miss offense. I mean, there were games where this guy had 13. And it was nothing for him to have 14 catches and 21 touches total in the game. No, it was nothing for him to have, and he's not a running back. It's a receiver. And he was the offense. So that meant, hey, I need you to catch this shallow cross. I need you to catch this dig route. Hey, I need you to catch this deep post. I need you to catch this sluggo. I need you to catch this wide receiver screen. I need you to catch this jet sweep. I'm gonna toss it to you on this little pop pass right here. This little shovel pass. Catch this. And run and get something, make something happen, make a dude miss. Like, he was everything for them. And he took some shots. And he never stopped ticking. There's one catch down the field. Safety comes over and absolutely cleans his clock. You know how those small guys down the field get hit so hard, they do a front tuck? He did one of those. Front tucks, rolled over, stood up, and pointed first down. And I'm like, really? That's how you feeling? You get the shit knocked out of you, and you decide to roll over and stand up first down. Okay, I got you. I smell you. Loud and clear. Create separation. Again, he can break dudes off. All right, he can break dudes off. It's what he does underneath. Playmaking ability. Again, he's a blink of an eye guy. He's a beggar. All right, can get the football anywhere on the field, anytime, and hurt you right away. From 7 yards out, from 17 yards out, from 77 yards out. He's a problem at all times. And a threat to take it the distance at moment's notice. Get it in his hands. And that's what they did at Ole Miss. Get it in his hands any way possible. They created ways. They would put him in the backfield as a wing, like a wing tight end almost. Almost like an H-back. And they would move him across the formation just to create matchups. Just to get him out in space. When you got athletes like Elijah Moore, that's what you do. Formational flex and versatility. So I've already explained the difference between formational flexibility and versatility. When you're a guy with formational flex, that means I can put you anywhere. X, Z, slot, anywhere. You're comfortable. I don't have to just put you in a box and say you're just a slot receiver. Where you may be more comfortable in the slot, but I can put you anywhere and you'll thrive. That's Elijah Moore. I can put him anywhere and I feel comfortable. He'll get the job done. The versatility piece means I could line you up at running back. I could line you up as a wing, as an H-back. I could line you up in the backfield. I could line you up in the slot, send you in motion, give you a jet sweep. I could line you up out wide, send you in motion, and then just toss it to you. I mean, there's a plethora of things I can do. Your versatility gives me freedoms that other players don't. And he's got both. You can line him up anywhere, or you could do anything with him and have him be effective. Special teams value. This is a guy that despite not having a single special teams touchdown in his career, he could hurt you. And I watched him run a kickback for a touchdown, but it was called back due to a penalty. He's a threat. As I mentioned, anytime he touches it, to take it the distance. And it doesn't matter whether it's on offense or special teams. And then lastly, his 2020 production was outstanding, man. Outstanding. It's outstanding. Man only played in 8 games, but check this out. Take a bite out of this. 8 games, 86 catches, okay? So what I'm telling you is the man averaged almost 11 grabs a game in just 8 games. 86 catches in 8 games. Imagine what happens if he would have played in 13 games, if this would have been a normal season. He would have had astronomical numbers. 1,193 yards and 8 touchdowns in 8 games. So over 150 yards per game for Elijah Moore and a touchdown per contest. I mean, he was killing the game in 2020. So this is a guy that his production this year really, and it's not like he wasn't productive in past years, unlike Kadarius Toney, who I said is he a one-year wonder? I mean, this is it. He had 67 grabs for 850 last year in 2019. So it's not like this guy wasn't producing before. He just took it to another level in 2020. So Elijah Moore is a guy that I'm really, really excited about. Weaknesses. Look, he's 5'9", a buck 85. What are you going to do? He's really what you're going to see more of. He's in the majority, not the minority, in this year's draft. You'll see more guys that look like him that are sub 5'11", that's 5'10", 5'9", 5'8", 5'7". You'll see more of those guys in this year's draft than any other draft that we expect to be impactful players, that is. Normally, it's a 6'1", it's a 6'2", it's a 6'3" wide receiver. Those are the guys we're targeting. Well, he's 5'9". It is what it is. Limited route tree. Look, they did so many things with him at Ole Miss, at Mississippi, that, first of all, it really accentuated his skill set. It really showed you all the things he could do. But at the same time, if we're playing devil's advocate, it also stunted his growth as a route runner because he never really got to focus on, hey, let me run the route tree. They just had him doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not mad at it, but he will need route running work at the next level to get more experience running a multitude of diverse routes. He's not much of a blocker. You could say that about most guys his size, 5. For me, if you want to be a guy that'll block, you can block even if you're 5'9". Steve Smith Sr. would block anybody. He was 5'9". Like, you don't have to be 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" to block somebody in the run game. If you want to block, you can block. You might be undersized and may get overpowered, but at least you're giving effort. A lot of times Elijah Moore's like, nah, I'm good. Y'all got it. If you can't make a miss, you ain't need a big play anyway. And finally, this is just a nitpick for me. He's so dynamic. He's got so much agility. I'd actually like to see him make more guys miss. I want more MYM from him. Make guys miss. You're capable of it. I didn't see make you miss from him like I thought I would. With all the I saw run by your ass. I saw a lot of that. I didn't see a lot of, hey, I'm about to break you off. I'm about to shake you down. I didn't see that at all, really. So I want to see him make guys miss more. He's capable, fully capable. My projection for Elijah Moore is late first to early second. I'm not sure that everyone in the scouting community, I'm not sure that teams have come around to what this guy could ultimately be at the next level. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody realizes it, but are they willing to spend the first round pick on him? If he doesn't go, and I told you, if there is a run on receivers in the first round, I think he'll be a part of that. If there's not, and there's a bleed over, he'll be one of those guys that goes very early in the second round. He's not a mid-second round, late second round guy. I don't see him falling. He's too talented for that. So I think he's a late first round guy, maybe early second. But my comp for him right now is Brandon Cooks. You know, um, I look at him and I think, and I know this sounds crazy, I'm watching him and I'm like, why can't this dude turn into Antonio Brown? Like, I really feel like if he really wanted to dedicate himself to running routes and getting better as a natural pass catching wide receiver, why couldn't he morph into Antonio Brown? I think he's got the skill set to do it. A.B. at his prime. But right now, he's just Brandon Cooks, a guy that's just going to eat you up with speed and quickness. And, you know, the crazy thing about Brandon Cooks is people don't respect Brandon Cooks. Go check the rap sheet. Go check that man's accomplishments. Go look at his numbers. Go check his resume. Everywhere Brandon Cooks has been, he's went over a G. Just about. He just put up numbers. For whatever reason, teams are like, after a year or two of Brandon Cooks, they're like, hey, he cool, but he ain't what I thought he was. But he did get me 1,100 yards receiving, though. I could see Elijah Moore just lighting it up. I really could. So I see a lot of Brandon Cooks in him. From a side, remember, Brandon Cooks is this small, rocked-up wide receiver that ran a 4.3. I think he ran like a 4.33 in the combine, and I know it turned my head. Who's this guy out of Oregon State I never heard of? Rocked up, small wide receiver, killing it at the combine. That's how I feel about Elijah Moore. So, Elijah Moore is my 4th wide receiver in the 2020 NFL draft.
Louie.